there's rumors of UFC coming back to Orlando.
I did, and I saw what the fight was, and apparently that's not legit because they're saying Josh Emmett and Max Holloway,
which is just crazy.
They would not book that.
Why
that's
would they
not
do that?
That's not a fight that the UFC would book. That's how I know that's not real. There's no reason to watch that. If anything, you do him in Topuria if he's gonna stay at 45. But that's not. There's no way that's the fight that they're throwing him back into. Another cut that quickly? I don't think so. And at this point, what does beating Josh Emmett do? Maybe 2 fights ago, I get it. But at this point, like 2 guys that, or sorry, at least 1 guy that Max Holloway beat this guy pretty convincingly.
Right.
I don't know.
The only thing is another fight with Yair.
That one's a fun one. I don't know. Yeah. Again, I don't know what it does for Max.
Anything. For anything, really.
Yeah.
I don't,
because even if Yair beats Max, it's like, okay, but you got whooped by Volk, so.
Yeah, Max just needs to wait to see what happens with Illia and Alex.
I think it should just go up. I don't see the point to keep cutting at 45 if you're gonna have to like scramble to get a shot. Test it out at 55, see how you feel. He's a lot older now than he was when he first went to 55. You know, he's more. You grow into your body a little more. I don't know. There's fights that you can make.
How do you think he'd do at 155 though?
It's hard.
I don't think he'd break into like the top 5 at 155.
It's hard to guess, cause like he's my favorite fighter, so you want to be like, yeah, he can go in there, but I don't want to overestimate him. But at the same time, you can't underestimate him because every time he's gone out there, he's really shown how high level he is, with the exception of like the 3rd Volk fight.
Yeah, but he gets hit.
He gets hit. That's the thing. So it's like he has looked a little more. Like he's not getting hit as much the last 2 fights. He's looked a little better at that. But at the same time, you're gonna get hit at some point. It's a fight.
Yeah, and he's gonna get hit much harder.
Yeah, so it's kind of like pick your battle. Do you want to keep cutting or do you want to go face stronger guys? Right now, off the top of my head, thinking about fights you can make for him at 55, maybe like Beneil Dariush or Beneil Dariush. It's a weird division to throw him into because it's so stacked already.
Yeah.
So I think you have to start with maybe a Beneil, maybe even lower than that to kind of test him out. I don't know, man. It's a tough spot. But I definitely don't think he's fighting Josh Emmett. That's for sure.
Okay. Do you think he could fight? Let's say Illia loses.
Right.
And Volkanovski goes back to fight Islam, but still has the 145 belt. And Max beats Illia. Then you do the 4th fight.
I mean, he did say that he wants to be undeniable, I think was the word.
Yes.
And I guess that would be pretty undeniable. There's no one else.
Right.
Like even Max Holloway versus Giga Chikadze makes more sense than throwing him in there with Josh Emmett.
That's exactly what I said.
Not a fight I want to watch though, or not a fight that I think Giga can even touch right now. But just matchmaking wise, it makes more sense than Josh Emmett.
You don't think Giga would do all right against Max?
No, I don't think so. I think Giga's tank is not really there, and that got exposed big time by Calvin. And I mean, we all know who Max is. That's what he does. So I think Max too smart at this point. That Giga doesn't present, and I know he's got the body kick that hits really hard. He's tough, all that stuff, but it's nothing that he hasn't fought before. Nothing that he hasn't seen.
But he's from Georgia.
Oh, my bad. My bad. You know what? Just throw Marab in there with Volk. Just let's see what it is. He's from Georgia. Let's see what it is.
You know what I think is a great fight? Aljo, Max Holloway, 145.
I think Max eats him, dude.
That's a good fight, though. It's a fight.
All right.
Dude, it's a fight with big names that you would want to see if that was happening. As far as for Max goes at 145, I'm more interested in that than him getting in there with anybody else besides Volk.
Yeah. But then I don't know. I just don't think that's. I think he'd box him up, dude. I think Aljo, first of all, is gonna look very small in there at 45, even because Max is a bigger featherweight. He's not the biggest, but I mean he's almost 6 foot.
Is he?
Yeah.
Really?
So yeah, he's not like, and Aljo's pretty small. Even at bantamweight, like he was always stronger and maybe more built, but he's not, he's nothing crazy size wise. So I think he'd look very small in there. I don't think he'd be able to get past the hands of Max. I mean, it may be a good fight, a good scrap. I'm not very interested in it because, again, I don't see what it does for either guy.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, after seeing how he looked against Sean, no one is interested in Aljo versus Volk. And then, say you beat Max, I still don't think anyone is interested in that. Or the UFC.
It's tough.
It is.
That is a tough
Matchmakers have a hell of a job right now. I don't know. It's rough.
Let's hope they care.
Yeah.
It's like there was a South Park episode where they're showing how Family Guy writes their episodes, and there's and they go into the Family Guy office, and there's these manatees just pushing little balls that have words on them around in a manatee tank, and that's what's writing Family Guy's episodes.
That's epic.
That's what the matchmakers are doing.
They're just
manatees.
Doing whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like, oh, that's gonna happen.